Nicola Peltz ran out of her own wedding reception in floods of tears as she watched her mother-in-law Lady Victoria Beckham grind and nuzzle Brooklyn after hijacking their first dance, according to reports. In an extraordinary statement shared to his Instagram stories on Monday, the eldest son of Sir David and Victoria, made a series of bombshell allegations about his 2022 Florida wedding, including claims his mother, 51, dramatically intervened in what was meant to be his romantic first dance with Nicola, 31. Brooklyn, 26, alleged Victoria danced inappropriately, which left him feeling more uncomfortable and humiliated than ever in his life, overshadowing the most important moment of his wedding day. Now sources have claimed what the dance moves were that left Brooklyn mortified, after Victoria was called on to the stage by U.S. singer Mark Anthony. An insider told The Sun, Brooklyn was so embarrassed and his wife so humiliated and furious to have been upstage. She made her feelings very, very clear on the day. It soured the whole evening. The insider added of Victoria, there was absolutely no malice there, quite the opposite. Meanwhile, a different source said David and Victoria are baffled by the accusations as on the day, guests were having so much fun and were lapping it up, with no concerns about the mother and son dance raised at the time. They said Victoria was just a tad tipsy and having fun while Nicola didn't want him to dance with his mum at all, so kicked off about it. Page 6 reported the actress was so upset she left the reception crying after Victoria wrapped her arms around Brooklyn and nuzzled into his neck. A source said, Victoria, was dancing with him very inappropriately. She took that moment from Nicola, that is the God's truth. Nicola ran out crying. The Beckham side of the room was cheering and the Peltz side was quiet. Nicola's friends were saying you have to go back down. Her face was swollen. She finally came down and was sad the entire evening, it was so heartbreaking. Another source claimed Brooklyn spent the weekend agonizing over what to say in the 6-page statement, after telling his wife it, this ends now. The insider told the Mirror, he thought the abuse towards his wife would never stop until he said something in his own words. He was sick of the lies, and there was no changing his mind, and nor did anyone want to. He was fixated on ending the B*******, which he claims his mum and dad are behind. The Daily Mail has contacted the Beckhams, Brooklyn's and Nicholas representatives for comment. Fans are clamoring to see the footage at the center of the Beckham family rift. But sources say the video will likely never surface because Brooklyn himself holds the only recording of the controversial moment. The couple famously enforced an ultra-strict no-phones policy at their lavish Florida nuptials, attended by 500 guests. All attendees were required to surrender their personal devices upon arrival, sealing them inside electronically locked pouches before being handed retro flip phones for basic photographs. As a result, Brooklyn and Nicola retain exclusive control over all official footage from the day, meaning the alleged embarrassing dance exists only in material owned by the couple themselves. A source revealed, Brooklyn holds all the power when it comes to the video of Victoria dancing inappropriately on him at his wedding to Nicola. You can completely understand why Brooklyn would never have wanted the footage made public. Until now, he has stayed silent, but he is finally speaking out about his experiences with his family and, in particular, how deeply let down he felt by his mother on his wedding day. Thousands of people are now speculating about just how inappropriate Victoria's performance really was, and releasing the footage could be the ultimate proof that everything Brooklyn has alleged is completely accurate. The only person who can lawfully release that footage is Brooklyn himself. And while he's clearly been pushed to breaking point, he may still feel it's not something he wants to relive, especially on such a hugely public scale. As a result of Brooklyn's claims, thousands of memes and hilarious videos imagining Victoria's inappropriate dancing have gone viral online. Sources told The Sun that she is devastated at being turned into a laughingstock. And on Monday, reacting to a fan video about Brooklyn's statement, Stavros Agapiou, the husband of celebrity DJ Fat Tony and a guest at the wedding, claimed the chef's account of events was completely accurate. In a now-deleted Instagram comment, he wrote, "I was there and she did, he's telling the truth." Glamorous images of the couple's lavish nuptials were captured by celebrity fashion and wedding photographer German Larkin, later forming the centerpiece of their glossy Vogue cover shoot. But it is within the couple's own account of their big day that cracks in Brooklyn's version of events have begun to appear. Vogue reported that the newlyweds' first dance was to South African singer Loyiso's rendition of Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love. The publication then states that Mark Anthony took to the stage much later in the reception to perform his hit I Need to Know. It was at this point, Vogue adds, that Brooklyn invited his mother onto the stage for a dance, where she was joined by David and their 10-year-old daughter Harper. That detail appears to directly contradict Brooklyn's explosive claim that Mark Anthony called him to the stage, and that what was meant to be a romantic dance with his wife was instead interrupted by his mother, who was allegedly waiting in the wings to dance with him. Brooklyn wrote in his statement that his mother hijacked his first dance, insisting the moment had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song, a version of events that now sits at odds with the couple's own published account. Brooklyn insisted in his statement that the reason he and Nicola chose to renew their vows just 3 years after their original ceremony was because Victoria had ruined their wedding day, a renewal the Beckhams notably did not attend. He said, We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. The Beckham family feud has been simmering for years, both behind closed doors and in public, with each side desperately battling to protect their version of events and their reputations. In his lengthy Instagram post, Brooklyn claimed his family had controlled narratives and perpetuated countless lies to preserve their own facade, with brand Beckham always the priority. But the chef said tensions reached breaking point when Victoria, who first rose to fame as Posh Spice and now owns a hugely successful fashion and beauty empire, cancelled Nicholas' wedding dress at the 11th hour, despite how excited his wife had been to wear her design. However, some fans have already questioned the accuracy of Brooklyn's claims surrounding the dress, pointing to the fact that Nicola wore an elaborate Valentino haute couture gown that reportedly took years to design. In a Vogue article published days after the couple's April 2022 wedding, Nicola's stylist Leslie Fremar revealed the dress required years' worth of conversations with Valentino creative director Pierpaolo Piccioli's team. Fremar also said the bride made 2 trips to Rome and attended fittings in the US to ensure every detail was immaculate on the big day. On Tuesday, Sir David broke his silence following his son's bombshell claims. Speaking live on CNBC's financial program Squawk Box, Sir David said, "I have always spoken about social media and the power of social media. For the good and the bad. What kids can access these days, it can be dangerous. But what I have found personally, especially with my kids as well, use it for the right reasons. I've been able to use my platform for my following, for UNICEF. And it has been the biggest tool to make people aware of what's going on around the world for children. And I have tried to do the same with my children, to educate them." He added, "They make mistakes, but children are allowed to make mistakes. That is how they learn. You sometimes have to let them make those mistakes as well."